right, once again, good morning, listeners, and welcome to Burgami Classic on Vision 92.1 FM here in Abuja. Well, I'm your host, Andy Chindaba, and this is Friday's edition, and it's my pleasure to have you once again with us. Well, today, as usual, we'll be looking into a pressing topic that impacts many Nigerians. How justified is the latest 28.03% increase of electricity meter by Discos? Of course, it should come up because when we learned of it yesterday, it was really, really troubling. And so we're bringing it here to the front. Of course, my producer had it in mind, and so it's something that we should actually come out clearly to talk about. Thank you very much, my producer Babatunde Ayeni, for putting together this engaging edition of the program. Once again, good morning. This interactive program comes to you every weekday from 8 to 9 a.m., bringing you thought-provoking discussions on the most current national issues. And as usual, for the first 30 minutes, I'll engage with our guest. I'm expecting Kabiru Akintayo. Kabiru Akintayo is a social commentator. And also, still expected another guest. I'll let the cat out of the bag when he arrives. And after which we'll open the lines for you to share your views. So let's get into it. Well, reports said electricity distribution companies in Nigeria have announced a rise in the price for various electricity meter models, marking the second price hike in 4 months. According to the Discos, the cost of a single-phase meter has risen from approximately 117,000 naira to as much as 149,800. This amount indicates an increase of 28.03% or 32,800 naira, depending on the distribution company and meter vendor. Anyway, now the new prices posted on the official X handle of the Discos on Wednesday were scheduled to take effect on Tuesday, November 5th, 2024. It also reflects the deregulation of meter asset providers as directed by the Nigerian Electricity Regulatory Commission. This upward revision followed an earlier increase in August 2024, further amplifying concerns among electricity consumers about affordability and accessibility. An analysis of the documents revealed that meter prices vary across Discos, influenced by vendors and meter models, single-phase and three-phase. Eco Discos pegged the price of its single-phase meter between 135,987 naira 5 kobo and 161,035 naira, while a three-phase meter was pegged between 226,600 naira and 266,600 naira. Ibadan Discos said customers would pay between a range of 130,998,000 naira and 142,548,000 naira for a single-phase meter and 226,556 naira 25 kobo to 232,000 and 8,000 naira for a three-phased meter. Now, customers here under Abuja Discos would pay 123,000 naira, 130 naira, 123,130 naira, 53 kobo to 147,812 naira, 5 kobo for single-phase meters. And listen, 206,345,000 naira, 65 kobo to 236,500,000 three-phase meters. Kano Electricity Distribution said its customers would pay 127,925 naira to 129,999 naira for a single phase meter. Yes, that's for Kano. And for a three-phase meter, 223,793 naira to 235,425 naira for a three-phase meter. And lastly, Kaduna Disco said 131,150 naira to 142,548 naira and 94 kobo would be paid for single-phase meters, and 220,375 naira to 232,008 naira and 4 kobo for three-phase meters. In April, the Nigerian Electricity Regulatory Commission introduced a significant policy shift by announcing the deregulation of meter prices under the Meter Asset Provider Scheme for end-user customers. And this move aimed to address lingering issues surrounding meter supply and pricing transparency within the electricity sector. That was the aim. According to NERC's latest order, meter prices under the MAP scheme would now be determined through competitive bidding rather than being centralized. So, it boils down to the question at hand. Our question: how justified is the latest 28.03% increase of electricity meter by Discourse? All right, we're still here in the studios. Time check from our studios, 11 minutes gone down. 8, we're just beginning. And one of our guests has worked in, Al-Haji Abdullahi Garba Muhammad. He is a public affairs analyst, and this is not his first time here with us. And of course, we'll be joined, I told you earlier, by Kabiru Akintayo, a social commentator. Thank you for coming, Garba Muhammad. All right, let's go straight into the bugging issue. All right, the question, as usual, how justified is the latest 28.03% increase of electricity meters by Discos? Please, can you tell us what this actually means before we talk about its justification?
Well, good morning, Nigerians. Indeed, it's a very wonderful program. And I always see a vision having very national program.
Topical issues. Thank you very, very much.
Reflect the yearnings and aspirations of Nigerians, particularly consumers, energy consumers.
Yes, they're doing a great job.
It's really a very serious issue that calls for discussion, and this must have to go along down the memory lane of our energy consumption system.
Yeah.
You see, energy is not free all over the world. Energy has to be, you have to buy energy, you have to buy electricity. It's understandable.
Mm-hmm.
And there are policies guiding the regulations and distribution of this energy, including the prices. So, what Discourse is doing now is not that it is doing the wrong thing, but it is overdoing what it's supposed to have been doing.
Okay.
because they are overstretching the entire electricity system, payment system. So I think because the country now is trying to make a revenue drive, and then the discos have to pay their consumption and the energy they obtain from the NEPA or from the mother company.
Yeah.
That did not stop them from doing what they are doing, but it has to be holistic. It has to be in tandem with the policies, directives, and other principles and the consumption of the energy in the country.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay. So, how justified is it?
Well, the 28.03% is really, I cannot say it's not justifiable, but it is not inconsistent with the policy directives. Why I said it is not even in compliance with the consumption rates. Because today in Nigeria we are facing a multiple hardship problems. We have various issues ranging from oil to dollar, exchange rate to this to that, and then coming back to energy. So I think this course cannot just bring out these kind of prices without consultation, without consulting the actual consumers, who are the people that are giving the energy. So I think the 28.03% should not be seen to be too much, but it should be spreaded. It should be spread either on quarterly basis or on a monthly basis or on whatever basis, so that the prices cannot be felt by the consumers. So I think there is need to revisit this issue to allow the consumers to have a little less pressure on their payment rates.
Okay, all right. So there seems to be a problem with the policy that guide electricity distribution here and on consumers. But what effects do you think will this increase have on the current inflation rate in the country right now? High inflation rate.
Well, the effect is so much, it's enormous, and you cannot even define it because it is largely affecting the citizens, particularly the consumers, the energy consumers, all over the country. But what I'm thinking is this course should have been able to consult with their professionals, those people, their consultants, to be able to take a definite stand that would ameliorate the rate of pains and the inflation rates in the country. Because if you regulate these prices or if you dismantle this 28.03% to some level, you'll be able to see there is no impact. The Nigerians or the consumers in particular may not necessarily have the impact. For instance, if you have a spreadsheet of the 28.03% on monthly basis, on quarterly basis, or whatever basis, or on even daily basis, because electricity in other parts of the world is being paid on weekly or daily or monthly basis. Even some are paying on daily basis. So there is no free energy in all over the world, but at the same time, you need to have a guiding principle as to how to operate the policy directive to make sure that inflation has not been overrated, and then implications will not be economic implications will not be felt. So the discourse have, to my understanding, are a little bit faster than their shadows. So they should be able to sit down analytically to look at the components of the energy sector and to look at the inflation status in the country, and then to be able to spread the percentage so that the consumers may not be able to feel the impact of the price.
Okay. Let's look at that. We're talking about the impact of the price. Yes, the impact is what is much more worrying. Is this a way to keep electricity meters out of reach of low-income earners or something?
Well, the prices today, as it is now, is above the the capacity of the low income earners.
Exactly.
So that is why I'm saying the percentage should have been spreaded, should be in such a way that the low income earner will be able to pay without having any impact, without having any pain. But it's not because you are providing energy for today that I must pay you for everything today. No, you have your calculations, you have your arithmetic. You have to look at the quantum of the energy, and then you look at the percentage increase, and then you reflect inflation, and then you reflect even the people, the consumers. What are they trying to pay? What will they be able to pay so that they can have lesser impact and lesser stress, and then the inflation will not be taken to another level. So we are under the period of democracy. We are not only democratizing the leadership or the democracy itself. We are trying to liberate, to democratize even the energy and the oil sector of the country, so that every citizen in this country will have a say, will have what to contribute to national development. Not just to have an issue, or not just to hike a price of a commodity or instrument or facility so that people will start crying for nothing. There are other strategies. That is why I always say times without number, that the National Assembly is jettisoning its own responsibility as a law-making body, because they are supposed to provide enabling laws that will guide and then translate these prices into reality, into the issue that Nigerians will feel that we are under democracy, we are not under any military rule. So the prices cannot escalate, and the prices will come down, because by increasing this percentage, it means that there is automatic increase in the inflation rate. So in fact, even the common man, not only on the street, even the man that is earning low income earner may not be able to handle his electricity. And without energy, there is no development in the country. Even the most technologically advanced countries have developed because of the availability of the energy in their country.
That's quite true. I wonder what these gentlemen are doing right there in the house. Anyway, without a doubt, yes, this price increase actually push many low-income families out of the market for electricity meters altogether. That's all we're saying. And if they can't afford a meter, they won't have access to electricity, definitely, and which is essential for education, essential for work and overall quality of life itself. It's a significant barrier, of course, that you can glaringly see that. Now, with all the ongoing issues we hear about grid collapses, inconsistent power supply, do you think this trend of price increases is sustainable in the long run?
Well, the prices increase now is not really sustainable. Why? Because it is energy is very essential, like you said. It's one of the formative. It's one of the anchor livelihood in any family, in any community, in even the country.
Yes,
but you have to regulate. You have to have a comprehensive master plan payment system, so that you don't have to increase other aspects. Because without energy, you cannot even eat food.
Exactly.
Because these food have been processed, they have been preserved, they have been transported, they have been taken here and there, and so if in fact without energy, there's nothing that will happen in the country. So because of that, we need an enabling laws that will take care of the excesses of this untimely increase in the payment system, in the payment of our energy system. We need to have a consultative forum. You need to even have a forum with the consumers. You need to have a forum with the low-income earners. You need to have a wider consultation, including professionals, including even lawmakers, so that we will be able to harmonize and harness the potentials of their contributions in the nationwide. All this issue of national grid vandalization, problems and here and there is as a result of the inflation, is as a result of hardship of the economy, is as a result of insecurity in the country. So this even the security network needed energy to champion to carry out their responsibility, their duties. So without energy, that is the basis of having a fallback in our underdevelopment system. So energy is sacrosanct in the development of any country.
Of any country.
So it is essential. We need to regulate these prices. We need to convert these prices into a low profile so that ordinary Nigerian, ordinary citizens can have the accessibility and the opportunity to get this energy at a very low price.
Low price, okay.
Yes.
This cost of unit electricity, it seems to be very, very confusing at times. Not everyone understands that measurement. But what's the way forward on how to reverse the cost of unit electricity meter?
You see,
cost of it.
The cost of electricity meter may not really come down because it is being imported.
Okay.
We don't have any assembly in Nigeria that is producing such meters. I think I noticed only one company, maybe that one is assembling meter. It's either in Kano, Lagos, I don't know actually, but I once noticed that kind of program, which is a welcome development. If we are assembling and we are producing this meter, we'll be able to buy them at a lower rate, at a cheaper rate. But the fact that these things are being imported into the country, so it requires a lot of, because there is a rise, there is a serious rise in the price of the dollar. So you don't expect an importer to bring his products and then come and sell it at a loss. Nobody will accept any loss in any business or any governmental issues. So the issue is the government, that is where we have intervention. The intervention must come in such a way that these products being imported are reduced to their minimum price, and then all these things that are being produced, we have to get assemblies. So we have to have the assembly where we can start the production. Because our major problem in this country, we don't produce, we only consume. We are asking of revenue, we want to drive revenue, we have to generate revenue, but we are not productive. We don't produce, we only consume what others have produced. That is the basis of economic development. If you don't sell what you produce, you buy what others produce and you give them the money. And that is, I think, is the basis of having an inflation, and that is the basis of having an increase in this percentage, because there is no solution apart from the increase. People are just looking at prices and other energy consumption and problems and policies in one direction, just a one-way traffic. You have to sit down, analyze, consult, and then be able to see how we are going to have a very good analysis, a standard analysis that will be able to reduce the pains of the prices of the economy and then bring down the inflation to the barest minimum. So this is very important and it's very fundamental. It is the part of the country, it's part of development. Without energy, there is no country that can progress. Without energy, you hardly do whatever you want. Even ordinary, the payment system in the country, the production system, is all anchored on energy. So energy is highly essential. And then the ordinary person, ordinary citizen, a common man, a low-income earner, is expected to feel the impact of the energy and to enjoy, because we are under democracy. We need to liberalize. We need to bring people on board. We need to cater for their yearnings and aspirations. We have to consider all the exigencies of the energy production and energy consumption, including the prices.
Yes, just like you said, it's very important for every sector.
Yes.
Yes. Yesterday when I got the news, when I heard the price increase, I was honestly shocked, I'm telling you. I couldn't believe that just a few months after the last hike, we're facing another one. And it feels like every time I just turn around, there's another cost added to my already stretched budget. It's really stressing. It's really a strain. So, is there no way to forge a uniform price for the sale of electricity meters across the country?
See, as far as I'm concerned, and to the best of my knowledge, my understanding and exposure, I think there is no way out. Because corruption has taken the fabric of the society. If you are feeling the energy is highly costly or the price has been increased, somebody can pay more than that. So because he has the opportunity and the exposure to have the national treasury at his disposal, to have access to public funds. So the issue to have a uniform price of anything, not only energy, anything in this country must have to conform, must have to look at the corruption indices. The corruption in the country has gone so much that we have to reduce it. We have to look at it because the impact of the corruption is the impact that is having an uniform prices on not only energy, on all the products, on all the things we have in the country, including fuel, including dollar, including anything. Because the corruption has been a masterpiece, has been a larger monster on the street. It has taken over the streets. It has taken over the official residence. It has taken over even the offices and all part of the country. So there is no way you can have a uniform price because whatever you are buying for 10 naira, somebody is buying for 100 naira. Whatever somebody is buying for 100 naira, somebody can pay 1,000 naira because he has access. But if you are earning the same thing, if your salaries or your income is the same thing, uniform, like now, it's quite appreciable that the government has increased the salary, and then yet maybe the implementation is, maybe they are still working on how to go about it. But the implementation must be seen to be not in a kind of sabotage, because it's like the implementation policy is sabotaging the effort of the government. Because the government has done its part by approving the increase, the accrual and the increase of this the salaries, and then the low income earner cannot afford to buy even energy, food, this and that, fuel. So automatically you find that those people at the helm of the affairs, those people managing the finances, those people in the payment system must be able to update themselves, must be able to go in line with the policies and programs of the government. We're under democracy, as I've been saying. We need to show people that we have concern, we have care for them. We need them. They are our people. They are our citizens. We will come back to them, asking them to give us votes, to vote for us. So that is why I say the problem is originated from the lawmakers, because the lawmakers have been adamant. They have not been making serious consultation and consideration on the minor issue affecting the common man. So automatically, to have a uniform price on energy may be a little bit difficult, because whatever you are paying, somebody can pay more than that. So you have different sources of money, different sources of funds. You are low income and maybe you depend on your salary, you depend on other little business or farming programs or whatever. But he is also corrupt. So when he is corrupt, he doesn't even look at how much you buy or how much you sell. It's insignificant. So corruption is the basis and foundation of having an common payment system in the country.
Okay, thank you very much. I think what actually got to me was the share percentage, 28.03. It's a huge jump. It's a huge jump. Should have considered something like 5 something. Well, anyway, we're here in the studios discussing with Abdullahi Garba Muhammad, a public affairs analyst, and it's still ongoing. It's now your turn to be stars. Yes, let's have your own perspectives, your own views on this issue. How justified is the latest 28.03% increase of electricity meter by Discos? All right. Please, you can call back again. Our lines are still open, and we're discussing on Burgami Classics this morning. How justified is the latest 28.03% increase of an electricity meter by Discos? Yes, it's something that everybody is beginning to talk about. It's a very, very valid concern. It's not just about the meters themselves. It's about what this means for families and businesses trying to keep up. So, have you seen any impact in your community already, or are people just starting to react to the news? And as we wait your call, we're still here with Abdullahi Garba. There's a lot of frustration already beginning to, yeah. And well, it's a source of worry, especially among those who can't afford these increases. Many of us are wondering how we're going to manage if these prices keep climbing. It feels like there's no end in sight. It feels so. All right, let's have this caller. Hello and good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Andy.
Yes, morning. How are you, sir?
Very well, sir. How are you? And how are you coping with the challenges of the job? You are doing very well, honestly.
Thank you very much, sir.
I must commend you for the wonderful control of the program. Very synthetic English and vision and mission too. I commend the Vision FM entirely. Having said this, my name is Dr. Ibrahim Modibo. I'm calling from the Central District area.
You're welcome, sir.
Thank you. Mr. Andy, it is sad to note that the only economic policy known to the Tinubu administration is imposing taxes upon taxes upon taxes. Having brought these Lagos economists, who seems to know only economic based on econometrics of the textbook, more of newspaper tigers, the country is falling apart in bits and pieces. You see, every day, despite the incompetence of the Minister of Power, as well as the output of the power industry, we see that nothing has changed except imposing of taxes, and taxes. Now, 28.70% increase. So, what is the justification? Now, Nigeria under Tinubu, from all indications, is a country that is suffering for administrative neglect, crumbling social infrastructure and services, high unemployment, social deprivation, abject poverty, filth, squalor, and endemic social malaise. We are in a very, very big problem, Sandy.
Yes, quite true.
In this document, I was thinking that the president could have sacked the Minister of Power because he's one of the most unproductive ministers I have seen. Just look at, within a very short time, look at the power outages. If it were another serious country, by today or even by last year, by early this year, this minister should have gone to bring in people that will be with character and distinction that should be able to put the power structure for the betterment of Nigeria. Let me suggest, Mr. Ambi.
Yes, please.
There's a need for us to have a strong character, which, like the Minister of the FCT, who is very garrulous, loquacious, and posterior in terms of activity and for his loss of unbridled power, he would have changed the face and character of power in this country or bring in Masur Erufai. Believe me, any of these two ministers, if they are brought to power, all this rubbish, all this thing that is happening in Zambia will never happen in Nigeria. But it's sad to note that they have seen somebody that is not acting, he is very passive, very dormant, he's not doing anything as a minister of power. Therefore, to me, the earlier we sign this minister, the better. Because almost every week now, I am not hoping, but the way I look at things, almost every week we'll be having this collapse of national grid. And the only thing that will be visited on us is increase in tariffs. Oh, we are in a very big problem, man, Mr. Andy. I thank your resource president for giving us a very wonderful analysis, and I thank you for giving me this opportunity. Thank you, and God bless Nigeria.
Thank you very, very much. That's Dr. Modibo. And, well, what he said about the two he suggested that should have been Minister of the Power. What do you think? We'll come to that at the end of it all. And let's get into more talks. I think we need to come together and voice our concerns. So call the number. Maybe we can get somewhere in this discussion. It's very, very troubling. Hello and good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Morning, and how are you?
I'm good.
All right. Who's on the line, please?
My name is Samuel Abu from Kogi State.
Okay, Samuel Abu, you're welcome from Kogi State. I hope you're receiving us loud and clear.
Loud and clear.
Okay.
Yes.
You're welcome.
I greet our guest this morning.
Okay.
Yes.
Good morning. How are you?
Hello?
You are welcome. Good morning.
Okay, thank you very much, sir.
Yes.
You see, talking about this light power problem in Nigeria. In fact, from when I was a much younger person than this, I wake up to know what is called the ECN, Electricity Corporation of Nigeria, from there to NEPA. When I was in Zaria, early 70s, my uncle used to tell me to pay a bill at NEPA office at the Zaria there. There was this substation that it seems that light is not even go off frequently like that. Before they took like that time, it must be informed to general public or to consumers and customers to know that maybe something is wrong somewhere, that repairing or whatever is taking place. I don't know how we got to this stage now. And one thing I want to talk about this NEPA of the thing is that not the price that concerns me mostly, but the availability of the light itself. This is flexi. I don't think there is a city in Nigeria that experiences continuous light in this Nigeria. I never see, maybe in Lagos, I don't know, but I never see all the cities in Nigeria light continuously. So something is wrong somewhere. I think that has come of age to learn and to emulate these developing countries or developed countries so that we can have something from there and practice it or put it in practice in Nigeria so that we will not suffer this thing any longer. There are many Nigerian, African countries that they have gone ahead of us in this power problem. So I think they have to do something. Like as I'm talking to you right now, in my local government headquarters, Mala local government, precise, for more than 20 years, there is no light, even single brick of light. More than 20 years. Since 2000, there's no light here. And I don't know what the government
terrible.
They are doing about it. It's terrible. No business is moving. Nothing is moving. So I think it's a very sad note. It's a very sad thing for us. Thank you much for the good work you are doing there. May God bless you. May God bless Nigeria. Thank you.
Amen. Thank you very much for your contribution here. Wow. It's been, I can't imagine that 20 years in your local government area. There's no power for 20 years. Wow. And anyway, we're still here. It's really heartbreaking to hear that. Could you please also join in the conversation? Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Morning, and how are you?
Fine, sir. God bless you. Because what is the topic that I have not given for the topic of the day, sir?
Sorry?
What is the topic? The topic, sir. Just
Okay, can we have your name first? Let's know who
my
we're
name is Dr. Prince I from the line. Dr. Prince I from the line from Caribou.
Okay, Dr. Prince I.
Yes, sir.
Okay, can you speak up a bit?
I say that what is the topic of the day so that I will not make mistake.
Okay, you're just joining us, all right?
Yes, sir.
Yesterday, we just heard that there's been an increase of electricity meters by Discos at 28.03%. That's the increase rate. So we're asking, how justified is that?
It's quite unjustifiable.
Mm-hmm.
Because we Nigeria, we are passing through a lot of, enigma, a lot of confusion, and also what problems in terms of, social amenities, like that's a refugee. Look at a whole country like this that supply Ghana light, Togo, and many of them. These last 3 years that Ghana celebrated uninterruptible right, of NEPA. That NEPA have never tampered and they've never, taken life for 10 good years. Can't we, do that to a country like this, known as the Giant of Africa, the most populous black nation in the whole world? Understand me? Who is deceiving who in this country? You see, the only thing that we can see that is happening is to increase. After increasing water, weapon price, you go to the market, everything has been allocated. Now they have come again to increase the tariff of electricity. Oh, which way is Nigeria? Oga, which way is Nigeria? I'm not being domestic, but I'm being optimistic. Okay, other countries have been lacking us. We have been like, a laughing stock in the eyes of the international community. Understand, is it an operation with high grade for tackling it? They were called Nigeria, good people, great people, Giants of Africa. Is it not this country that pay the salaries of other neighboring countries? Or, their salaries, the civil servants? Is it not the same country of power that do pay the school fees of other neighboring countries? Understand me? Last 3 years or last 2 years thereabout, I think the former president was able to buy 100 and something SU Jeep to what? Neighboring country, known as Niger. But why is this in our own case? Something that common men will benefit. In fact, the hike will be up. It will be highly allocated. Which way? What have we done that this thing has been going on? Understand me? They should reduce the price. They should be able to reduce the price. Okay, Nigerian people have come around and been what? They're a little bit frustrated because of, Malaysia. They are going to abandon their what? Is this motto? To next year. Now they are getting up and down. They are getting up and down, shivering up and down. Can't we? You have every parameter. You have every stamina for us to be producing car, even aeroplane. It's because of wayo, because of corruption. Of course, they say that any nation whose foundation is being read out of mediocrity, you are going to gain 40. What are you going to get? The result of the earth is this: corruption, violence, nepotism, embezzlement of people's, for public funds. If nepotism and favoritism, that is what is killing us in this country. We have everything in abundance that can make us to be proud, to be, locking home with other countries like United States of America, Kuwait, even Saudi Arabia, but because of bad government. Everything. So we are being proud of bad government. Understand me?
Okay.
Look at America. They have, elected their president without any shedding of blood, without burning of streets, without burning of houses. Can't we do it? Is it an aberration for us to become like America in terms of electoral war and dispensation?
All right.
They say that government of the people, by the people, for the people. Being democracy, it has come to become government of the elite by the elite. For the elite. Which
All
is
right.
Nigeria.
Thank you.
I say, let God Almighty give you people the fortitude, vision XM, for to continue with it, the wagon of our journalism.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Dr. Prince, from Karimu, right? All right. Thank you very much. We at Vision FM definitely will always look at pressing issues and bring it to the fore. And yes, it's true that Nigeria supplies electricity to neighboring countries, Ghana, Togo. He mentioned that too. Yeah, it's quite true. And Nigeria has been involved in that, exporting electricity to these two countries when there's shortfalls in those countries at times and all. And these are agreements, cross-border electricity trading agreements with these countries. And it's just so unthinkable that despite Nigeria's role as being a supplier of electricity, it has its own problems, inconsistent power supplies, transmission constraints. That's what we want to talk about. And now, increase in the meters, cost of meters. Wow. Hello. Good morning.
Hello. Good morning, Andy.
Good morning. How are you doing?
Fine. How is work?
Well, work is fine. We're doing it as usual. How's yours?
Okay. Andy, straight away.
All right, that's
I think, my name is
Oga.
Oga Gabriel.
All right.
Oga? Yes. Andy, I think there's no justification in the increase of electric rate at all. First of all, if you are taking money from me and you are not giving me the services deserve, it means you are stealing my money. Yes, you can increase electricity tariff if the power is there. And you cannot take money from what you are not supplying. Just imagine within last month and this month, national grid has fallen more than how many times? And as the national grid is falling, the electricity supply is also falling. There is always a power outrage in the country, and you are still increasing something. Why are you increasing everything that the common man is enjoying? You increase the fuel, you increase VAT, you increase gas prices, you are now increasing electricity price. I think it is very unfortunate. This country, we don't know what we have done. That is it government punishment or human punishment? I don't know. You see, you are increasing something. If you give me the service, enough service that I desire, like I said, I won't care even if you increase it to 100% or anything. I will not care, because I'll make use of that service you are giving me to collect the money I'm paying back. Now, there's no electricity, there's no power. People are paying to power their generator to do their business, and you are taking that money to pay what? You are taking the money from the people to pay what? You understand? Our government, this present government, say they remove fuel subsidy so that they will use the money for another thing. That thing is coming. We do not see anything on the ground. No power, no petrol. There is petrol, but it's not a common man cannot afford it. What are you doing with this money? You take loan to pay loan. What is the justification? You are taking money from people. You increase the tariff. You increase the VAT. What are you using the increase to do? And the national grid continue to fall every day. It's a simple thing. We are talking this thing. Sometimes my colleague will tell me that you are just burning your fuel, you are just wasting your time. People, the government will not hear. It is very unfortunate if you have not a government that doesn't listen to the masses. It's very, very unfortunate. We are crying every day, but nothing is being done. No reversal of any policy. And those policies that this government is putting in place doesn't help us at all. It's not helping the masses. It's very unfortunate, Andy. That sometimes people will say, even if you cry, even if you talk, people will not hear you. The ministers will not hear you. Nothing will change. And we continue like that. And you continue to be like that in this country, Andy. It's very unfortunate.
It is.
If you're like, I think you're giving me the services I desire. Well, I'm telling you that even if you increase it to 100%, I will not care. I will continue to pay, and I will continue to enjoy the services. I will continue to take my money back from the services you are giving me, from what business I'm doing. But you are not giving me the services, and you are increasing, you are taking my money. Are you not a thief? God is watching.
Yes.
God is watching, and good morning.
That's a strong statement there from Oga Gabriel. And, of course, you're emphasizing that it's not just about the cost. It's about value for money. Yes, value for money. Something he said. He said if you're collecting money from me and you're not providing light power, then you're stealing from me. It's just as simple as that. Yes, and so we're constantly hearing about tariff increases and all that. But what's the point if the national grid fails so frequently? Well, everyone says they wouldn't mind if tariff gets higher, but let there be consistent supply of power. in return. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Morning, and how are you?
Well, I'm fine. My name is Bala Mohammed. I'm calling from Zuba Fruits Market, Andy.
Okay, Bala, you're welcome. Yes, welcome.
Thank you, Andy.
Yeah.
You see, Andy, the issue of all this electricity and whatever, I think it's a shame on the side of the government. It's a potent and failure, of the government of the day. Because we are talking about metering. What are you going to meter? You understand? It's when you have electricity everywhere, then you start talking about metering. But why? What are you metering now? Metering blackout? You understand? Just our neighbors here, Ghana, they have forgotten when last year their light was taken off. And we are here dragging about a meter and electricity. You understand? It's a shame. They call us the whatever elephant, whatever the mother of all regions, whatever in Africa. And it's true. And you understand? We could have been talking about sending, a technology into space. High technology, sending things into space. Not talking about electricity. A sector that you have privatized. From NEPA to power holding, I don't know what the hell. That kind, power holding and now to Genco, to Disco, to this and that. You understand? I'm not talking about military. Why some people are sending high technology into space? They have forgotten what is even electricity because it's always there. They have forgotten about that. And now we are talking about that in Nigeria. Is it not a shame on the side of our government to be even listening to this kind of program? Talking about electricity in Nigeria by time? I think it's a shame. It's a real shame. And I think the whole world is really watching and listening. And now you are talking about investment. You think people will come and invest in a nation where they don't even know what is electricity is not their problem?
At all. There will be no investment.
Electricity is not their problem.
Yes. Thank you very much,
You don't have electricity and you are talking about it. Come on.
Thank you very, very much. Yes, of course, you understand Bala's plight there. Of course, we should be looking at something else. It's really absurd. Blackouts. And what exactly are we metering, he said. And other countries are investing in technology that helps improve their power infrastructure. We shouldn't be talking this. We should be talking about sending tech to space instead. That's a good point. Thank you very much. And we have 3 minutes for our guests in the studio. Sorry, no more calls. You've listened to all the callers. Abdullah Gadba, please.
Yes. I have listened to all the contributors and the commentators on the issue. And I clearly understood that there are a lot of stress and disaffection between the commentators. Yeah. And one person I look at is the person that is talking about the issue of where we are in this discussion, we are talking about energy. We are not talking of anybody in government or some people. You can be from Lagos, Sokoto, Calabar, or wherever. You can even come from Sky, provided that you provide a credible leadership and credible policy programs. Then Nigeria will applaud you. Nigeria will be happy with you. And then, so in essence, people have complained so much about the energy distribution, energy consistency, but people have forgotten about the deregulation of the energy sector of the economy. It has been deregulated. So the fact remains, if the government can no longer provide subsidy on the electricity, then automatically you see all these increases here and there. Because it has been a practice in Nigeria that anybody that takes over anything will have to make profit, including all other sectors, oil sector and all other sectors, including energy and what have you. People have also complained about, some people don't even care whether there is light or no light, But still, even if you are using generator, you have to buy gas. You have to use it. The gas is very expensive. You can't produce energy without money. So energy is money and vice versa. So what we are talking is a holistic look at the compassion of the production of the energy for consumption, and then the apathy to people who are groaning about the energy increase in price. It is natural that people will complain, but we are in the process of transformation. These are transformational stages. These are things that we have to look at. I'm not saying 28.03% is okay. I'm not saying that, but what I'm saying, you cannot fix 28.0% on each month of the payment system. If it is 28.03% for the whole period of 1 year, then you should be able to spread it so that people will have no impact. People will not even feel the increase. Because if you spread it on the 12 months calendar, so it is like you are going to charge 2.something%. So if you charge 2.something% on each of the price that is there, people will be able to afford it, people can go for it, and people will not even complain. And the inflation rate increase may likely not occur. But having 28.03% every month on increase does not even go well. So what we are saying...
All right. Thank you very much, Abdullahi Garba. You have a lot to discuss. Probably we will take this further.
Yes.
And we're behind schedule. And thank you very much for coming on the show, Abdullahi Garba Mohammed, Public Affairs Analyst.
Yes.
Yeah, quite interesting talk. Thank you to everyone out there who contributed here. And it's been a nice discussion. Special thanks to our guest. And, of course, to Baba Tunde Ayeni, my producer, for putting together another engaging and impactful edition of the program. Clearly, this issue is deeply affecting all sectors of society. As always, we encourage everyone to stay informed and involved. This has been Burgami Vision, Burgami Classics Vision FM's platform for engaging dialogue on critical issues. My name is Andy Chindaba. Join us again Monday for yet interesting and engaging issues. Bye-bye.